I wanted to do an additional video involving the Rica Rountree case because, well, thanks to my subscribers who are pretty much like detectives, they found out some additional information more so on the dad. Now, looking back at it and getting this additional information, I have to retract the statement I made when I said I offered my condolences to him. I take that back completely and wholeheartedly. And I'm almost on the verge of wanting to take the condolences back on behalf of the mother as well. And you're about to find out. This girl literally was failed all the way around. Now, we know she was failed on the behalf of that Cynthia Baker because at the end of the day, she was the one that killed her and brutally abused her for so long. But I retract my statement on the dad's behalf because based on what I've heard, they said that the videos that were shown, you could see the dad in the background, her biological dad, in the background, sitting there or just standing there doing nothing to protect his daughter. So this man literally led a lamb to slaughter, and he allowed this woman to abuse his daughter in front of him and while he wasn't around. And she killed her. Now, notice that in the video that I did before, it said that she would abuse her own children that she had from a previous relationship. Those were her kids. But not to the point where she was doing what she did to Rica Rountree. Not even close. And notice her kids are still breathing, and she is not. I even read somewhere where they're thinking about possibly maybe even trying to bring up charges against the dad. Now I can see why she wrote that letter to him, basically putting the blame onto him. At first I was like, that's real interesting that she's doing that. But now that I'm learning this new information, I can see why she wrote that. Now, more information has come out more so about the mother. Now, people were asking, where was the mother at when all of this was happening? Well, I went on to people.com, and this is a statement that came from the mother. She says, everybody failed her. I failed her. At least she's taking accountability in knowing that she failed her daughter. Because it says, Ann Simmons, the biological mother of Rica Rountree, is currently serving 2.5 years in prison for a forgery case and for failing to complete the terms of her probation on an aggravated DUI charge. So apparently they allowed the mother to sit in on the trial, even though she's still currently sentenced to jail for her crimes. That's why we don't know what was going on with the mother, which would explain why the dad was with this Cynthia Baker chick, which is right around the time when the abuse started to happen. So it was probably no way that the mother even knew what was going on because the dad probably didn't tell her. At this point, they need to investigate the dad, and he may need to be brought up on, no, scratch that. He needs to be brought up on charges. Like I said, there's no way you could tell me that this guy did not know what was going on with his daughter or what was happening to his daughter. All those bruises and everything being dragged around. I even saw somewhere in the People magazine from the quote that I just read from the people.com is that it was even a time when Cynthia Baker would drag this girl around the house by her neck. Like she treated her like she was filth. That's what she saw her as, and that's what she treated her as. And her POS dad allowed it to happen. They need to investigate him for real. Because like I said, he has just as much blame in this as the woman who killed her. He brought that girl into that woman's home, and it was like bringing like prey to the hunter. And unfortunately, the hunter succeeded in killing its prey. And I couldn't even imagine what this little girl was going through for over a year, which could have been a daily occurrence. Like they said, it was 3 different videos, and they said he was in all 3 of them. and stood by and let that happen to her. This dude ain't shit. Okay, let me tell you that right now. Because there's no way in my right mind I would allow that to happen to my child. First off, I wouldn't bring my child into that element. Like, you could look at that chick and tell she was off by a lot. Or as people used to say, her elevator doesn't go to the top floor. Like I said, if they look crazy, 9 times out of 10, they probably are. But not only was this woman crazy, she definitely acted out the part to a T. I don't even care what the motive was of why she did it. The fact of the matter is that she did it, and this little girl is dead. She will forever, eternally be 8 years old. So, hopefully, wherever this Cynthia Baker is going, that they get a hold of her. But as far as the dad is concerned, they need to thoroughly investigate him. And I mean just that, because it's no way he could not have known what was going on. Especially now that we finding out that he was visible in those videos that the jury, might I add, seen. So why isn't he on trial? They need to, let me stop. I'm going to start rambling. Y'all get the point. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I'll talk to you in the next one.